Hi, this is part 2 of the nature of the universe, I guess. I was talking about these construction parameters, and that if we needed to assemble an atom, we'd have to put height, width, depth, mass, spin, I don't know, valency, a million other qualities. And so each set of qualities would need kind of parameter guidelines so that the measurements could be input. These days we've got computers that can do visual construction. You can use a computer to design a kitchen. You can use a computer to estimate the likely outcome of a ship going over a wave. And a computer, if you give it enough information, can actually create a sort of conceptual model which replicates what happens in real life. So they do a computer simulation. They're always doing them on Star Trek. You do a computer simulation and you can work out what's likely to happen to a bridge when it's under a certain amount of strain, and you can redesign your bridge so you get a better bridge. And simulation is very, very important. But then I started to think that really computers are an effort to create thinking machines, and I think that what we've done is we've looked at the way we process data, and we're trying to build better and better computers, hopefully ultimately getting to the point where they're capable of similar processes to ourselves. But if computers are modelled on mind and they act that way, it suggests to me that quite possibly the universe is a mind. Well, in part 2, where I talk about the deeper meaning of the crucifixion, I argue that it was a demonstration to teach us that mind is not brain dependent. But if it's not brain dependent, what is mind? It's hard to say. I think we do have two different aspects to mind. One is a reflective capacity, which is very useful. We can think about events. We can actually shut our eyes and create models inside our head using that type of mind. It's a reflective, quite passive aspect to mind. But then, if we have a dream, in the dream it seems real. I've had dreams where I've been eating a dinner. I could taste it, I could smell it. It seemed very real to me. So I started to think, in the Course in Miracles it says, the Son of God fell asleep and had a dream, and this is it. And I thought, how real would be a dream if it was dreamt by the Son of God? How real would it be? I mean, if I'm just a human and I can have dreams that make me think I'm eating a dinner, the kind of reality quality that the Son of God would create would be the universe. So we're in it. So I think it says in the Course, we're thoughts in the mind of God. So if we are thoughts in the mind of God and the universe is a mind, our nature is a thought within that mind. That's very good, because it means that our true worth is saved on a backup file in God's mind, you could say. But then when you look at the way mind works, there's this reflective part that we all share, and through reflection we can come to new understanding of things. But I think there's also a creative part to our mind, in the same way that our heavenly creator created the universe by thinking it into existence, that is, by giving it all the design formats and the measurements and so on, so that the universe became the universe within the mind that conceived of it. we're able to attract events to us. It says in the course, if you want to create, all you have to do is truly desire, unequivocally that is, what it is that you want to create. Well, there's been, for centuries, people have reported that they've had prayers answered. Praying seems to be out of fashion these days. I know when I saw the book Course in Miracles, I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. Not knowing that it actually requires prayer to have miracles created for us. Recently I saw the film about The Secret, and when I saw the film about The Secret, I started to think about the universe being a mind, and I started to see that if we focused our mind on a particular event, and we kept focusing our mind on it, and focusing and focusing and focusing, it's quite possible that if we did it enough, we'd actually create a thought, and not just a reflective thought. It could become a manifestation thought. Lots of people say they knew something was going to happen, they knew it was going to go that way. People have a foreknowing sometimes. The Course says that we should put the Holy Spirit in charge of asking for what we want, because if we put our ego in charge of asking for what we want, we have no negative experience. If we ask the Holy Spirit to choose for us, that's asking our own higher self. There is no distinction between us and what conceives of us, because without the mind that remembers us, we wouldn't exist. We are held within it. I can't see the join where we end. Where we end and it begins. There is no join. I can't see how there could be. It does say in the Course too that we are in a dream and we're also part of the dreamer. It certainly puts a different light on actions. I'm going to finish with that. Thank you for listening. I hope that was interesting.